All right, we ready?
Great. My name is Kaylee King.
My name is Mitchell.
My name is Makila.
My name is Abdullah.
My name is Ahmed.
And we are the Keep Champions.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about what you should do, or why you should do an internship. But before we begin, I'm going to talk about my previous experience with an internship. I'm a senior graphic design major with a minor in business administration, and this summer I was a branding intern for Hasbro, which is an American worldwide toy and board game company. I worked at Pawtucket, Rhode Island, which is one of their headquarters, and I was on the branding teams from Nerf, Baby Alive, and Play-Doh. Some of my roles included editing, infographics, and presentations, as well as designing packaging, baby doll clothing, Nerf blaster, deco, and more. I used InDesign, Adobe Illustrator, and Photoshop, among other things, and attended meetings, creative reviews, photo shoots, and casting calls for commercials. For the photo shoots, we would shoot products as well as models that were used in the packaging, as well as commercials and advertisement. Each term in the internship sessions, we would have a design concept debut, which gave each intern an opportunity to present a toy concept to upper management. My group of 4 other interns were able to present a concept to Brian Chapman, who's the president of Hasbro's Global Design and Development, and he specifically gave us positive feedback regarding the visuals and package design, which I was in charge of. On top of that, I was assigned to make a photo op wall for Nerf. It was a complete wall of Nerf blasters that was 8 feet by 26 feet. It was used in VidCon, which is a YouTube convention in California. Post Malone is now taking it for his music festival, Posty Fest, this November, which is going on currently right now. This opportunity wouldn't have happened without my experience with this internship, and I would never have been able to obtain this experience, opportunity, or connections if I didn't do this. This is just one of the many examples out there that shows that the good that can come out of internships.
Thank you, Caleb. As you're watching right now, you're probably asking yourself, what is an internship? Well, an internship is an opportunity offered by an employee to a potential employee. It's called enter to work at a firm for a fixed period of time. That being said, there's other thing that you need to know. Some of like 60% of paid internships lead to a job within the company, which is a high number. It helps you decide if you want to go into that field or not, because you will be a student and you would also have the choice whether to change your field or not. Also, that roughly 40% of grad are unemployed 6 months after graduation, and these 40% they probably didn't do no internship. I'm sorry, I can't see what I wrote on my notebook. Well, from here, I'm gonna just pass it to the next person.
So how does an internship benefit you? There's many different ways, but let's hit each point. Internships allow you to apply what you've learned in the classroom to the real world. It can help you build confidence in yourself and your degree by showing you how it is practical and useful in the professional world. But the training that you receive on the job is often more important than anything you've learned in the classroom. So now you have the experience and the training in your field to be marketable to future employers. Also, adjusting to the professional setting can take some time, just like any first day in the classroom. So It'll help you be more productive in the workplace. Also, internships can allow you to expand your primary and secondary networks, giving you references so that you can be hired at that company or to any future employers. Internships also allow you to build new skills and refine your current skill set. And most importantly, you can make sure that the field is for you.
Why are internships useful? Internships are useful because it allows you to gain real life experience and skills and be able to learn how to incorporate them into a real job setting, and it also makes you better qualified in the future so you can be connected with organizations and have something to put on your resume, so that you'll possibly gain a job post-graduation and maybe have a step up. Not having an internship in your field means that you have no connections to any organizations. You don't have any real life experience in a workplace, and you don't really have a head start on getting a job right out of school like most of the students who do get internships. Getting a job without having an internship first means you basically start at an entry level, so you really have nothing else behind you besides your degree. Whereas having internship experience means you have created connections in the environment you plan on working in, and you have a job set up for potential employment. You also have a job experience to put on your resume if you decide you want to work at a different company. You have references to put down and all that good stuff. When an employer is picking out applications, he or she is more likely to pick someone who has more experience in the field than someone who just has a degree. So it kind of gives you a leg up. Overall, having this work experience makes you more confident and more able to handle situations in a real job.
So how do you obtain an internship? You have your resources. So number one, you can use your networks for internships. That being said, it can be your primary or your secondary, which we've learned both about extensively through our readings and through in-class lecture. Your primary networks are mainly going to be people that you know, like your parents, your friends, your colleagues, and your professors. And your secondary are going to be the people that your primaries know. So your goal should be to network with those secondary and then expand from there so you can have the biggest network you can possible. And those connections are going to be able to get your foot through the door, like how Kaylee did with her professor. So building a resume is the most important thing you can have after getting networks, because that's what gets you a seat at the table. That's what gets you in an interview process. Because you can get your foot in the door, but if you have a horrible resume that's full of typos, errors, spacing is horrible, there's no good information on there regarding about you, and then they're just gonna throw you out the door. Another thing is to brand yourself and follow through. By that I mean you have to be, you have to follow through with all your deadlines, every single due date that there is. You gotta be professional about it. You have to put in your hours, and you have to make sure that you put in the work that needs to be there. You have to prove every single day that you deserve to have a seat at the table and that you deserve to be in that work environment. Lastly, act professional. By acting professional, that means you don't act like a child anymore. You're grown, you're in college, you need to prove that you are deserving to be there, that you have the right to have this internship to enhance your career. Don't come into work dressed wearing sweatpants, Crocs, sandals, whatever. You need to come in wearing business casual or business professional. If you're at a startup, most likely you'll be more business casual. If you're at somewhere like PwC, Deloitte, Accenture, any of the big four, any of these high-end tech firms or top-tier accounting firms, you're gonna need to be dressed in a professional environment, because the way you dress is how they'll view you from their point of view. Two websites that you can use are Handshake and LinkedIn. Those are two very useful sources. Handshake is college-based in the sense where it's a site through your college. Some colleges have it, USR, but we have it over here. Handshake allows you to interact with other UMass Dartmouth alumni, and they are going to be more typically inclined to help you out because you go to the same school that gave them the skills and the tools that they needed for success in order to be at the position that they are currently. And they're going to be inclined to help you because they're going to be giving back to their community. And once they give back, they themselves will feel good about themselves. So they have a good incentive, and they're going to feel like they're actually giving back to the school that made them what they are. LinkedIn is something that is used nationally. Every single professional, whether you're in business, engineering, science, art, or even if you're a professor or whatever, you need to have LinkedIn because that's how you will get job offers. You can connect with people all around the nation, and that's how you expand your network. Because if you have you on your LinkedIn, they will constantly get notifications about what you're doing. If you've gotten a new position, if you got promoted within your company, or if you're doing your master's, your undergrad, they're gonna get notified about it. Or work anniversary, so they will have some sort of an idea about you at the very least. You will pop up in their head at some point in time, and it is a way to get jobs. Some companies, they will reach out to you asking if you are interested in a position that they have, and you can also get ahead of the game because you have the ability to. A lot of people on there, they post job searches. So if you fit their criteria, you'll be ahead of the game and you can apply. Other things are you can follow companies such as Deloitte, Accenture, PwC, and you can see if they have any job postings available. So like I said, you'll be ahead of the game, and that makes you more readily available to get a job or an internship extremely quickly. So the Career Center is a tool that's very useful to have here on campus. They can help you make your handshake and your LinkedIn, which can help you get an internship, and they will go over your resume, make sure it's not absolute garbage, and they can teach you how to be a proper business and work professional, and they can tell you how to brand yourself, everything that you need, and it can get you into contact with people that they think will be suited for your specific field. Lastly, job fairs. Job fairs are extremely essential in order to get an internship regardless. You need to show up to at least one, and show up to as many networking events, as many job fairs as you can. Because with the job fair, that's when all these companies are gonna come and they're gonna look for the next generation and they're gonna want you to be part of that next generation if you're bright and you know what you're doing and if you have a good head on your shoulders. So you wanna prove to them that you're amongst that generation. When you go in, you need to make sure you have your resumes with you. Make a business card if you have one. Even if you don't have one, just go make one. It doesn't cost a lot, just go make one. Because once you give that out to all those people that are potentially hiring for internships or jobs, they're going to be inclined to give you more of their time if you show that you are a good professional. And once you get their contact information, get as many business cards as you can. Make sure you email them occasionally, so that way you're at the top of their mind. So if you do apply for an internship or a job with them, you're not unknown to them. So if they see your name in a pile of applicants, they're going to be much more inclined to pick out your name in comparison to some other John Doe they've never heard of.
So, do you want to get a good job once you graduate? Obviously. Well, now you know how an internship can help you achieve that goal. Thank you.
Please.
We're still short.